Good morning, guys. It's dark 30 this morning. Just had a strong cup of coffee. Getting ready to go feed up the pigs, and we're heading to my sister's. We got chickens to process today. Got 100 birds to do between my sister's house, one of my brothers, and our house here at the Piney Woods Homestead. So thanks for joining us on the Piney Woods Homestead. We're going to get busy and get to work, and we'll bring you along for a little bit of it. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right, so we're back at the Piney Woods Homestead with a whole gaggle of people to get some chicken processing done. Already done about 40 birds this morning. Right here's a stainless table that we have set up. We do our eviscerating here. We've got a bunch of hoses lined up here with my sister-in-law so we can spray everything down. We've got a chicken defeathering station over here, a plucker. We used to do it with a homemade plucker, and this works a whole lot better. My engineer brother here is the one that put all that together. And my sister and a niece and Mrs. Piney Woods over here. We got 30 birds to do right here. We'll get that done. We'll go over to Wesley's and get his done. We'll show you a little bit of it as we go along. Nothing too gory. These guys have a date with Destiny. And no, nobody here's named Destiny. But they're ready to go. Been good birds, but we're ready to put them in the freezer. All right, 2 hours and 2 coolers full of fresh chicken that we'll let sit in the ice for a couple of days before we process them any further. It helps with the tenderization process. And we're gonna load everything up and get over to my brother's house and get his birds done. All right, we're riding over here to my brother's house. We're gonna get 30 some more birds cleaned. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We started at 7 this morning, y'all. And I ain't like some people, I ain't looking at the camera when I'm driving, because I need to be driving. But when we get back to the house, we're gonna do a little walk around the homestead and show y'all everything we've got going on at one time. And you'll have a better understanding of just how much we are actually doing to try to grow and raise our own food. We'll pick back up when we get back to the Piney Woods Homestead, y'all. For right now, we're kicking it on down a few more miles out in the country. For those of you that have wondered, can you keep some of your rangers and hatch out more rangers? Yes, you can. It's not as easy as you might think. You got to feed them less because they'll get too big. But there's a rooster right here that is actually going to be going in the pot today. He's as big as a turkey, y'all. And these hens in here are big too. But there are several that my brother has hatched out. And he's got growing about 4 weeks old now. And they're nice and plump too. So yes, you can do it. But it just takes a while. And right here's proof that you can hatch your own Ranger chicks. Because my brother, he's done it. And they look really good. So y'all, if anybody tells you you can't hatch your own Ranger chickens, don't listen to them. Because my brother, he's done it over here. Now, I'm not going to say that those birds that you keep are going to have a long life expectancy, but he's had them for almost a year now. And he's been hatching these chicks off and raising small little flocks off of it. So yes, you can do it. Or you can just do like we've been doing and order them in every single time you want to hatch, or every single time you want to raise your own chickens. But y'all, you can do it. People have asked me, and yes, you can. And this right here gives you a look of what my brother's been raising his chickens in. A PVC pipe build is what he went with all kinds of wire strode around it, but hey, it works. A little bit of aluminum metal on the top here. It's pretty lightweight. He drags it around out here in the yard, and that's what he's been raising on. So that works too. You don't have to build one the way we did. We just like the ones that you can actually stand up and walk in. My old knees don't let me do stuff like this anymore. Guys, it's been 11 hours and 3 different homes processing 100 chickens. This is not for the faint of heart. It's work, y'all. And yeah, you only got to process a couple times a year, but it is work. But that's just the chickens, not including the hogs that we'll be doing here about late January. But I told you we'd walk around a little bit. Here's the raised beds. They're looking really good. Lisa's been putting a lot of work into them. Let's see if I can bring you over here. Take a look at these Brussels sprouts. These things are looking great, y'all. Everything in the garden's looking great. The chickens are doing good. Everything's doing good. These rutabagas are looking good. And these chickens over here, they're getting nice and big. These breeder group that we have. We're really tickled about these chickens. And then some of these sunflowers, well, not sunflowers, but some of these wildflowers are giving us a little more of a show here late in the fall, or early in the fall, going on into fall. We're getting a second wind. Unlike me, I'm more slap out right now. And this new chicken coop, that thing's gonna be done here in a few more days. I keep saying that, just a few more days. But y'all, when you got so much to do on a homestead and only so many days off during the week, you got to do what you can while you can. But we're getting there. And y'all, this coop right here, it's done for the year. It'll get pulled in somewhere out of the way, and we won't use it again until spring next year. So that's one chore that Lisa won't have to be doing twice a day here on the homestead, which is pretty nice. We're moving into a time of the season where we can get a little bit of a break until it comes hog processing. And that'll be, like I said, late January. And we'll bring you along for some of that. We're just not going to show too much of how we do it here because it can be graphic, and we don't want to be graphic. We'll walk down here and take another look at the pigs. They've already been fed. And they're probably about as tired as I am right now. I'll tell you, we had 8 people working today between my family and extended family. 3 different homesteads. 20 miles to the first one. We left here at like 6:30 this morning. We started butchering around 7:30, and we just finished about an hour ago at my brother's house. But y'all, it's a job doing this kind of work. It makes you appreciate your food a whole lot more than just picking it up in the grocery store. All right, here are the piggies. Hey, Rosie. These little baby pigs back here, man, they're just looking so good. Here they come running. Hey. Hey, Rosie. Y'all, some people want to know, what do you do with all of the, we'll call it leftovers, from cleaning your birds? What I do is I take it and I put it in our compost pile. And over the course of several months, as it heats up and turns inside of that compost, it's going to become a good amendment for our vegetables. So that's what we do with everything that's left over, including feathers. They'll break down, and that works just about as good, from our experience, as using something for blossom end rot. It works pretty good, y'all. So if you hadn't tried that, give that a shot. See how it works for you. All right, y'all. Piney Woods is ending it right here. It's been a long day. We are war slap out, and there's a few more chores left to do here before we can call it a day and go in here and make some homemade pizza. That sounds pretty good for tonight. I don't think I want any chicken tonight. Maybe in a few more days. Guys, we appreciate you hanging out with us at the Piney Woods Homestead. I know this wasn't sawing or running equipment or anything like that, and we only showed you basically our setup for chicken processing, some of the stuff that we use, and we showed you a cooler, I think, full of birds. We've got a lot of chicken to process further, and we'll do that here about tomorrow evening. We'll start on it anyways. We like to let them sit in the ice for at least 24 hours. It helps them to tenderize. We might even go further depending on how we feel tomorrow. But guys, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already, and if you have, we appreciate you. Y'all have a great day, a great week. We'll catch you on the next video.